Okay people, what a pain in the ass. First pain in the ass was the screws. Now, we had a few issues. Now behind here, you have two little pimples. And what happened with this Voyager is the pimples, one of them melted and sort of receded into the plastic. So I took a bit of soldered a couple of blibs on the back of it, and then got a file and just soldered it up. So they all work now, all brake lights work. But we have a few issues. Now, this is the biggest pain I've ever seen. Bugger, that's the lights on. Now, as you can see here is the switch for the brakes. So this is the master cylinder, this is the pedal. Now this is a real pain in the ass, because this comes off, and I've tried everything to put it on, so I had to put the pedal back on, brake pedal, put the brake pedal back on to try and do it. Now this little bracket here is what holds it on. Now it's kind of always on until the end is pulled down, or it's pulled down, and that means it's off. So it should have a little spring on there. Spring broke. How in the hell do you get a spring onto the end of there and onto here? Okay, so I managed to take this off and free this up, which is a switch, and get that working. But there is a conversion somebody said about. Now I've had the slave off, which I've had to put back on. I've had the pedal off, put that back on. I've had the bracket off and put that back on. So the only way I can see to do it is you put the bracket on and then you push the switch down into the thing. Now, can someone tell me how the hell you get a spring on there, and where's it attached to? I think it just attaches to a hole down there somewhere. But what a nightmare, and an absolute ball ache, because obviously to get that in there is a pain in the fucking ass. Like now, I don't even know if I'm going to have to take the master off to slip that in behind that bracket. Oh no, it does go in there. But somehow you've got to put a piece of spring on there. So any ideas, any help would be great. Apart from that though, old girl's all right. Had a few little issues with the switch up here. We have brakes now. We did have brakes. Yeah, the brakes are on all the time now because of the backlight. So, but now I managed to fix a few things. The button for the stereo didn't work because they'd put a different screw in and it was too long and it jammed up on there. They'd also tried to wedge something in there to pull it out, so I've done that. The mute button, that might be why the stereo don't work. Don't know, we got no sound. But apart from that, but if anyone can tell me how in the shit I get that sorted, I'd love to know, because I was hoping to take it for an MOT today, but the spring broke. There's the original spring, which snapped. And I've tried a couple of other springs that I had lying around, but no, they're not good. So somehow I'm going to have to find the right spring. But what an absolute shitter of a design. How the shit. Oh, let's take the engine out. That might be the easiest way. Take the engine out, just put a spring on. So, I don't know, but there you go. Voyager people. It's not a bad thing, really. And here's my garage. So, yeah, a bit annoyed. I wanted to get it in for an MOT tomorrow, but that's not going to happen, is it? So, don't even know how many miles it's done. How many miles it do? Did anyone bother look? 43. So, I don't know. A little bit annoying, but not a bad old beast for what I paid. So watch this space.